Hi, everyone. This is Peter Johnston with the Greensboro Realtors Association, and I'm back with another how-to video. This time we'll be talking about Google Meet, which is Google's competitive option to Zoom. Now, they work pretty similarly to each other. There are a few small differences that I'd like to highlight. Before I go any further, I'd like to say there are two different types of Google accounts. One is a free Google account. Those generally end with email addresses at gmail.com. The other option is a paid Google account, sometimes known as Google Apps or Google Apps for Business. Those paid accounts will have a domain name tied to them versus a gmail.com. So, for example, we actually use Google Apps for Business at the association. So while we're emailing from @gra.org, we're leveraging Google Apps to power that. I'm going to be highlighting the free versions in this video. Just know if you have the paid version, you'll have everything that I'm talking about today and then just a little bit extra. And I'll try to point that out as we go along. So let's say that you've got a client meeting that you want to schedule for later in the day. You can just pull up your Google Calendar, set the time, add guest email addresses, and then you can see right here from this pop-up window, it says add Google Meet video conferencing. And it's just that simple. As you can see, it throws in a URL string, and when you hit save, it'll send that information directly out to those guests. You can set a location, even pick your different calendar options if you have that set. So if I hit save, it will send an invite straight to Sharon, and she will know what time it is, that it's virtual. She can change the options, ask for a change in time, agree, decline, what have you. The thing that you'll notice is if you don't have a Google account, you're not going to be able to jump on with that. That is one of the slight differences between the free option and the paid option. If you have a paid option, there actually is telephone numbers that you can use to call in. So if somebody doesn't have a Google account or would prefer to use a telephone number, they have that option. But with this free account that I'm using right now, you only can tie in if you have a Google account. So I'm just going to X out of that, discard. The other option is to just pull up Google Meet directly. And just like Zoom, you have the option to either schedule or just start a meeting. So I'm going to do that. And as you can see, it's prepping everything up. So if you have a camera and a mic connected to your computer, whether embedded or an aftermarket product, it will connect in and start everything up for you. I'm just going to click the join now. And it's going to put you in the meeting. Now, as you can see, just like in Zoom, there's a pop-up window with a URL string that you can provide to your friends or clients as needed. If you schedule this through your calendar, this information is already provided to the recipients on the other end. So this is only if you just come straight in and start a meeting. So let's go over some of the controls for Google Meet. First, down in the lower left-hand corner is meeting details. That's where you'll find the joining information in case you've closed it out too soon, or if there's any attachments that's pulled over from the Google Calendar, they will show up here as well. All right, how about these center bottom controls? The center bottom controls are the same things that you would see on Zoom. A mute, turn your camera off, and a leave. The microphone is obviously a mute. When it's red, the microphone's off. Depending on how loud you're talking, as you can see right there, it'll ask you if you're actually talking and whether you need to unmute yourself. Over here is the camera option. That'll turn your video off. Pretty straightforward. Over here is a closed caption option, and it does give you the ability to present. Unlike Zoom, it doesn't have the ability to take over someone else's computer. It's not used heavily, but for those that try to do any kind of remote support, Zoom allows you to take over another individual's computer. Last but not least are these three dots over here on the far right. That's more options. You can change your layout if you have more than a few participants. You can do full screen. Again, here's a turn on captions option. And then last but not least is the settings. As you can see, that will pull up microphone information, speaker information, where your camera is, and just some general settings that you can do. Last but not least, when you're finished, you actually just use this hang up option, and that kicks you out of the meeting. And you've left. I'll just return back to the home screen here for Zoom. And by Zoom, I mean Google Meet. And that's how simple and easy it is. It's just another alternative, especially if you already use the Google products, and it's right there for you at no additional cost. We'll be bringing more Zoom and Google Meets videos to you as long as we have this coronavirus and COVID-19 crisis. Thanks for watching.